case you guys can't tell, bench is clear. Well, sort of. Anyway, get the idea. For those people watching later, a little boring, but for those people watching during, it's a whole lot more fun. So we're live tonight. Gonna do, well, I got a little bit of goodies here. I don't know exactly what's on the agenda. Plenty of stuff to fiddle around with. So who's here? Anybody here? I'm gonna bring you up on the phone here. That way I can see comments. Ken made it and James. Good. My two moderators. Good. Hello, gentlemen. Sorry, just bringing this up here. 4 people here. William showed up. How's it going? Of course, Mason texts me immediately. All right, let Mason know that we're live. Okay, who else is here? Nice. Okay. So yeah, the idea of doing a live thing like this is that everybody can interact and hang out and all that fun stuff. So let's do that. Okay. So this box I actually got from Dustin. So trying something out. I'm doing a little bit of trading. And so I'm trading like a bunch of stuff away that I don't necessarily need for a few things that I do. And we can work on that tonight. That would be a good thing to work on. Got a case splitter? Good. Was 68 offered 30, took it? Okay. Got a carb box here. From Dustin, pretty nice one. Now, one thing. On here, but working on 372. Good. 4x4 edge. Case splitter's a must-have. Yeah. For that kind of money, you got to do it. One thing about carburetor boxes is that for the 394s is that if you're dropping the head, you really ideally got to drop this too, so that the this black piece. Hang on. Right here. So this black piece goes down in there. It's this one, this guy here. So, and what I usually do is I'll grind off the bottom here also, so that it tends to sit down a little further if need be. It's not going to seal quite as well, but you know, whatever. Not that worried about it. Yeah, so that's my affiliate link for HL Supply. So if it's what basically the way to support the channel is click on that link, and basically I get credit for anything that you buy. I'm not saying you have to go by there and buy stuff. I'm just saying if you happen to need to go buy parts from HL Supply, please click on that link, and it does help. So I do appreciate it. Junkyard's here. Great. Happy Friday. Happy Valentine's Day for those people that do Valentine's Day. You're stuck in the field. Sorry, buddy. So anyway, I'm gonna drill this down a little bit and drill that off just a little bit. That way this sits down a little further there. That because if you drop the cylinder head, then you might need a little bit more room, you know. It's just one of those silly things that you got to look out for if you're modifying 394s. Electronically stuck, not literally. Okay. 4x4, I have to check it out. Yeah, I just click on the link, and what they do is basically that link tracks you over a period of, I think, a month. And basically, if you go there and buy something within that month, then I get credit for it. Got a crank from Dustin, 372. And most importantly, a 394 head. It was a cracked fin. Shucks. I guess it doesn't really, that's nearly irrelevant. Doesn't matter. What I could do though, see this surface kind of gets hammered. It really, because something comes loose essentially, and you get a notch here too, from the baffle, the heat shield. So what I might do is stick this on the Bridgeport and just take a touch off that surface just to even it up a little bit, you know. So kind of a shame here this fin got, I don't know. Maybe I'll hand this to the doc. Let's see if he can TIG weld that for me. Yeah, so 4x4, if you want crank tools, you can email me. I've done lots of videos on them, but you're welcome to email me, and I can send you a form letter regarding the crank tools. So I'll put this 394 head down there. Yeah, that'll be a fine head. And this can go be burnt. I don't that. Okay. Next. Yeah, what we could do tonight is actually take apart this 394 oiler. That would be a good thing to do and get that all kind of ready to go for Junkyard saw. So Junkyard, we're going to go through the oiler here for your 394. And here is a air horn for your saw as well. So all that's good. This goes over to be taken down to the folks. So let's make up a box for that. Stuff I I'm going to take down and MIG weld or play with or whatever machine down at Mom and Dad's. Speaking of HL Supply, here is the latest. Let's see what we got. Just in case anybody's wondering, I do actually purchase this stuff myself. Yes, I do get credit for you guys purchasing stuff, but it for sure is in no way enough to fund all this. So the way I fund all of this is basically selling crank tools and selling chainsaws for apparently less money than it doesn't matter. Oh well. Doesn't matter. Oh, that's right. We're getting the. I'm getting some. They've actually got a thing of chain, like on a deal, 404 chain, 100 feet of it. I think it's actually it's not full chisel. It's semi chisel, but it's 404. And for milling, if you're doing chainsaw milling, that might be ideal. 100 feet of it though, for like $150. How can you beat that? So. And apparently they have a bundle of it, so go buy a bunch. So for that kind of money, it's like, is it awesome? Well, who cares? For that kind of money, it'll cut something, I got, just for the heck of it, I mainly run Sujihara bars. You guys know that. What's in the box? We're working on it. I mainly run Sujihara bars. But in case I need something 20-inch Husky large mount, inexpensive, Cross Performance 20-inch bars. These were pretty inexpensive for the money. Like an OEM, actually these are probably really similar to the Farm Tough bars, the Husky ones that come on the 455 Rancher. These are large mount as opposed to small mount, but probably pretty similar. And if you're doing stuff that requires a cheap bar, that'd probably be good. Everybody's always wondering, you got a bar sitting around? Yeah. You got boxes of 394 parts? Email me. We will talk. And I'll probably buy all of it. Yeah, just 4x4. Email me if you got goodies. I'm always interested in goodies, especially 394 goodies. So, something for junkyard saw. These are 455 Rancher pull handles, starter handles, and they're much more comfortable than the regular Husky handles. Suji bars, HL Supply. Yeah, HL Supply has Suji bars. So that's a win-win. You go buy it, and I get credit for it. Even better. Just click on that link. 372 OEM air filter. Yep, that goes on that saw down there. Or the saw out in the shed, and I'm gonna, yeah, whatever. So on the budget 372 I've got going, I'm gonna get a yeah, I think I'm gonna get one of these, which is out in the shed. That's fine. So then this will go on my side. Okay, whatever. That goes out to the shed. What else do we have in here? Oh yeah, when rebuilding 372s, it's a little rubber piece. 503 64 4701. It goes on the end of the oiler tube, and that goes right to the bar. It's the last kind of rubber piece. And these darn things, probably not cheap. Piston pin bearings, aftermarket, junk. Throw them right in the garbage. Don't use them. Doesn't matter what brand it says on there. I don't use them. OEM piston pin bearings only. Again, all this is HL Supply. So Mega, you're out. Too bad. Poor Mega. 371, 372, 50 millimeter Meteor piston, and I believe this should be single ring, which is my preference. I just like to have one of these sitting around, just in case. I already used one for that other saw, so I've got this sitting around. This is a Highway 395 starter springs. Nothing wrong with the aftermarket starter springs, they're fine. I'm going to leave one of these inside and bring one of them outside. Put in the shed. What else do we have in here? Highway mufflers. I do tend to like the aftermarket mufflers. I just do. For half the money of the OEM, I don't see the point in getting OEM. The 372 ones, they're just darn nice. You know, they're really pretty nice. They don't seem to be flimsy. They fit pretty good, so I use them. But for the purposes of Jesse's saw, yeah, open can mufflers. No cats in them. Meow. Kitties. Okay. So here is basically the Highway knockoff of the regular OEM 394 muffler, and these are fine. Has a screen in it. But again, for the purpose, I like to keep one of those around too. But for the purposes of this particular build, we're going to use yes. So I don't like hacking up perfectly good stuff. Like I don't like hacking up an OEM muffler. So this one's getting hacked up. And what are we hacking with it? Put that in there. Oh, we'll show you. We're going to put on here a red 97 deflector. Like that, probably. Something like that. So I have to bend this and fiddle with this and all that stuff. But we're going to put that red 97 deflector on there. And that'll look good. Nice, open, be good. Yeah, you could do duals. You could leave that there, but there isn't as much room on this side under the cover, if I remember right. So, actually, we can look at that, because that's reasonable to look at right now. Here's a 394 that I did a while ago. And you can see over on this side, there's really not that much room. And if you do this, you can see there's basically no room there. But there is room on this side. that on. And like right here is perfect. Even here is, I might be too far back, but right around here. And I did this kind of stupidly. I don't know why I put that so far down. The dang chain actually hits the deflector. That was not the best of ideas. Should have put it higher. On this here, I actually welded a plate. I had a plate that I first welded on, and then drilled and tapped, and then put a 288 deflector on here. And I don't know what the heck I was thinking. I just don't. Whatever. We're going to use this. We're going to weld on something basically right in this area, and it'll look good and sound good and all that fun stuff. Yeah, Red 97 deflectors, these are inexpensive. If you get at least, I think, 3, he charges you $4 a piece and free shipping. So they're just stamped steel, but really nice to have it already pre-stamped for you, and then you can cut it out and work it and do whatever you want to do with it, you know. So this is a whole other project we're gonna get to. We need to get to. 395 use steel pipe. Yeah, you can have them come out like bullhorns, you know, like a bullnose almost. I've seen that done. There's all kinds of stuff you can do with these. I'm just gonna do right there, single deflector, make it nice and wide. It'll be fine. It'll be loud. It'll be obnoxious. It'll be right up Junkyard's alley. Okay, what else? These are going to go to the folks. So let me go do that. And need my snips too. Snips. Those in the box. I've got the 288 muffler in there too, so I'm going to put another deflector there. Goes over there. This is 372. This is 394. And that goes there. These go out to the shed. 2 goes out to the shed. A whole pile of stuff to take out to the shed. These go out to the shed also. Cool. All right, now what? Let's play with the oiler. Take this thing apart. Use one of these speed outs on this white piece here on the end. Grabs it right nice and pull. Boom. There you go. There needs to be an X-ring on here, a little rubber piece that helps seal. Don't worry about that for now. Hey, Efren. Hey, Brian. Welcome. If you undo this screw, this may come shooting out. And it might not, depending on how jammed in there it is. I'm going to go to the sink and hit this with degreaser real quick. I'll be right back. No, I'm not gonna. Just close it. Almost. Now I'm okay. Hey, Edwin. Yeah, not much. Hey, Mike. You guys have a question. A 440 and MS 460. You know, I haven't run a 460. Well, I probably have, but a lot of people fans of the 460. I'll say that. A lot of big fans of the 440 too. Depends on how big of a bar you want to pull. The 460 will pull a bigger bar. I think the 440 basically, you know, akin to the 372, likes a 24-inch bar, preferably lightweight. If you're going to pull like a 28, you might want to go to a 460. Yeah, you know, the right tool for the job. It depends on what the job is, you know. That too. Smoking GTA bought a 461 for $400. That's a deal. At least it sure sounds like a deal. Clean it out. Timmy Hart, welcome. Haven't seen you around. Please post, heckle, whatever. New bar a little dry. Well, check and make sure the darn thing oils, But yeah, probably something you can't pass up. So one thing to check on these, so you've got it pretty well apart here. There's a detent right here. It's not sticking. That's good. So I just hit these with, they get coated. Make sure that's nice and clean. Okay. The next thing we do, spring. It looks like the copper washers first, after the spring. And there's a second washer. Looks like a steel washer. I don't know. Nobody's ever told me whether or not there's an actual meaning to that, but whatever. Oh yeah. You saw the that steel, the clone. It was a clone coming apart, and we were ogling the wash pattern on that piston. That's actually this head right here. Now this has been shipped back and forth, but I thought it was just super. The pattern, it's been shipped back and forth to North Carolina, but the pattern was just super even on both sides. I thought that was interesting. 440 hybrid. It's my most used saw. There's a guy here on YouTube how to put it forward. Yep, you can do hybrids. 460 heads on 440s. A lot of guys doing hybrids these days. Smoking 60C saw or some point rebuild my 455. Do both. Why not do both? It's expensive. Well, any good hobby, absolutely. Yes, to Aunt Becky and the rest of the House family, happy Valentine's Day. But mostly to Aunt Becky. Right now, I just got to sell those 288s. Those are the saws I need to sell. Okay. So whatever this is cleaner than it was. Steel, then the copper, then the spring. A pile of oil. Put this up and in here. Then this is the adjuster. This goes down like that. And the adjuster goes in. detenty thing on here does not help. There we go. Back on. Okay, right about there. We'll set her there. Dolmar parts, yeah. Well, you know, a lot of these parts get expensive. Which is why. I don't have a website, Mike. I just sell them here. If I have something, I post it up, you know, or I show it to you guys. And usually, as I'm building it, somebody will say, "Hey, I want that." No. On a 661 top end port job, I'm the wrong guy. I am not your guy to do. Well, let's put it this way: I'm not taking on work specifically to do port work. Thank you for the confidence, but not certainly not my ever expertise. I've never taken apart a 661, so I do not know six. I'm definitely not the guy. There are plenty of other guys that do 661s. Yeah, Rattler. I don't know if he does 661s. You might want to check and see. But 661s specifically, you want Tree Monkey if you can wait for him. A solid port job is going to run you at least $300. Riley may or may not be taking on work, and I don't know if he does 661 specifically. So that white piece goes back in there, which I always tend to forget. Done. $575 XP. Yeah, I'm not your guy, man. I'm just not. 661, not my thing. I can tell you that, you know, there are guys that have done tons of them. Yeah, Jason Egan too. Yeah, I have not had specific like interaction with Jay. I've talked to him on the phone, but I have not seen and held in my hand what he does. But he might be a guy to talk to. Yeah. And I'm not familiar with bellhopper, so I can't help you there. I can speak to generally what I have specific experience with, and I want to be careful overstepping that, if you guys know what I mean. The new 572 ported dual muffler. You bite you, yeah. I bet the new, yeah, I bet that's a fun saw ported. I think Rattler was doing one of those. So, my experience so far with Rattler is he is straight up quality. I just don't know. Like, I know he loves to do 288s. and he does all kinds of other stuff too. But I know he really likes to do 288s. Just looking here. You got a 661 with everything on it? Yeah, they're. Hey, hope you like the saw and have fun with it and all that stuff. Some of this stuff, I've lost track of what's what. Hey, Leonard. Nice day. Yeah, good. We've got cold coming in. Going to be like 0 tonight. A little bit longer. Not that one. Let's pull out a dip tube and then toss it to the side. I don't know. Yeah, that's longer. Let me see if I have a new oil pickup. You have a mint 266 still in the box. Still in the box. That's pretty cool. Matt, have you used golf pistons? No, that's the thing. They don't use better. They don't have better ones for the 455. I don't think. I have not seen any better. And if anybody can counteract that, I'd love to hear it. Remember, I used to do 455s. I just don't do much anymore. I mainly focus on the pro stuff, just because the more pro models tend to be worth it to rebuild, sort of. Except for this saw. Alright, I'm looking for an oil pickup here. I think I have one of somewhere. Need to find it. Just like everything else. Found it. Nice. You have an 850 still in the box? Yeah, I can't imagine how you spent on that. It's tough letting cash sit around like that, huh? Let's get a couple of nuts here. Yeah, if you were to do up this 394 like all OEM, I bet it'd run you like $1,500 in parts. Pretty easy. So it's mostly OEM, and it's certainly OEM where it counts. Sorry. So that's the oil pickup. Somehow I have run out of Q-tips. Let me go grab a Q-tip. I'll be right back. Q-tips. Put those down there. Actually, let's make sure I have oiler bolts first. Two, three. Yep. Just go through far enough. Okay. Oh, we need an X-ring too. Yeah, the odds of me finding one, like 0. Well, that's going to be a really short trip on that. Nah, there's one right here. My 288 stuff. This'll work. Brand new. So on a brand new piece of rubber, I'm not going to goop it. I'd say, obviously, I got to get more of those. Only got in New York. Okay. You were going to go play with some saws, but then you might as well hang out here. That's fine, Mega. You're welcome. Yeah, for anybody that doesn't know, I'm in Farmington, Connecticut. Okay. Oiler bolts, an X-ring. Put the Loctite on there. So I drop this very carefully down and in. There we go. Good. Get out my blue Loctite here. For the oiler bolts, these are M4 fine thread. I guess was it 0.7 or something? Just so people have a reference. $20mm. Okay. We got this all gooped up. Ready to go. The oiler goes on. We got the white thing on the end. Don't forget that. Yeah, that works. Okay. There. You can feel it seat. 1, 2, 3. These are 3mm head. We'll have Olsen stock. No. Oh, Lord. I don't know. James. No, we don't want to get on that topic. That would be kind of bad. Okay. 1, 2. Norm K, what's going on? Norm, was it you that wanted to see the circlip pliers? Somebody wanted to see the circlip pliers. I got an email. Is that you, Norm? Somebody wanted to see circlip pliers because somebody was getting really frustrated. And I forget who. Somebody emailed me about it. So, I know you guys can't really see that. The John Riley patented pliers. Yeah, well, just ground out right here. And they've been thinned also. Can get this thing to focus. See that? So you can actually hold a clip. Right there, you can see that. So these are 378M X-Lite XCELITE pliers. I think they're like $30. They're not cheap. But I know you had the metal band issue too. Yeah, I know that. I like limeless pliers for those. So that's tight. Ready to rock there. Yeah, the weather's a little crazy. There's no there's no question about that. Man, I've got to really organize these parts. I don't know what the heck's going on, but here we go. The next thing to put on, there's a washer here that protects the seal. And then you have the oiler pinion. Good. Somewhere around here. That's a piston pin bearing. That goes. Grease. Here. Oh, we need a pin. 7-pin rim. This on for now. If this drum doesn't work, then we'll go to something else. But this is a new old stock OEM clutch. There you go. So this is a 394. This is Junkyard's 394 that I'm working on. Have something interesting on this particular one. There are 2 different part numbers for the oil dip tube here. So I need to order a new oil dip tube for this. The old style won't work. I don't know exactly what year they changed over, but I will try it when I actually do it. I will try to get part numbers. Right here on the handle, we need the throttle cable. I got so upset with myself the other day because I was looking for a throttle cable because I knew I bought one. Bought a new throttle cable, and and it had disappeared on me. And I found it in my coat pocket. Lo and behold, it's gone and disappeared again. Big surprise there. Oh, it's right here. So, these are not perfect covers, but they'll do for this. Some 395 parts. Well, this is essentially a set of 395 cases, brand new OEM 395 cases. Yeah. Let's do that. Goes there. So I'm going to put. I don't know if I can show you guys this properly. I'm dumping this on the floor. This plastic piece, lift up, put the throttle cable in. There's a hole in the back. You feed it through, and then you kind of weave the cable here. And through. And then you can press the plastic line into the hole here. Into the recess. And now your throttle cable's in. A couple of marks on this one, but these are easily changed out if you want to get the new dark ones. But Junkyard, I think we're going to be satisfied with that. So a recommendation from Joe Piper was to route the vent, which is here, this green thing, was to route that vent somehow into the carburetor box. And to use an Echo style tank vent, which I am apparently out of. So I need to figure that out too. One hose is for pulse. No. The green thing here is for tank vent. This is for fuel. The impulse on a 394 comes through a hole here, not through a hose. 395 is a hose, yes. I'm just gonna route. So just attaching a piece of fuel line onto the tank vent, and then these lines will come up into the carburetor box. Okay, so what else do we do tonight? What do you think? Trudge on, put the carburetor box in? Yeah, 394, 395, and there's significant differences. Although some of the parts are the same, and some of the parts are indeed different. Drifty Stevens, what's going on? Happy Valentine's Day. Welcome. 394 is older. Yep. 394 is dual port instead of quad port for the motor. I think the piston's slightly longer on a 394. It's a different crank, although it's the same stroke. So the crank and flywheel for a 394 works on a 395 as long as you use the crank and the flywheel together. So the crank and the flywheel is specifically made. A 395 flywheel will not work with a 394 crank, and vice versa. The ignition's the same. The gas tank is the same. The cases, for all intents and purposes, are the same. Oiler's the same. The original 394s came with a low top cover instead of high top. The carburetor's different. The impulse comes through differently. 394 is an intake block here instead of an intake boot. 395 is intake boot. Mufflers are the same for all intents and purposes. No, it's not going to pop tonight. I'm missing too much stuff on here to pop it. So, where did that carburetor box go? Let me modify modified. One thing you end up missing on the carburetor box is this darn, what do we call it? Just a little snappy piece. All right, I'm gonna grind on this just a little bit here, just to make a little room because the cylinder head is significantly dropped. And you keep, working on it until it fits. You work on the baffle too. It doesn't need to drop by that much, but a millimeter or two. Sits down a little bit further, and then it'd be easier to get the block on. Hey, Marshall. Have a good night. I forget which one of these is for fuel line and which one is for impulse. They actually have a hole here that's I think this is actually for fuel line. So this one here is for fuel line. And with that one, I actually like to round it a bit. Because when the fuel line comes up, I want it to come up and be rounded rather than up and through and have this jagged over, I don't like that. Hey, Andrew. Want to do 395 big bore head comp piston. Looking for a rebuildable saw. Well, I hear you, buddy. I do. I'm always looking for rebuildable saws too. Hang on a second, guys. Night, William. Have a good night. Just checking something. something up here, guys. Hang on a second. That works. Yeah, okay. The fuel up through here. The impulse maybe first because that's harder. All fits down just like that. Hopefully I can fit that thing in there, and I need the little rubber pieces. Oh, dang rubber pieces. Do have a ground wire though. Good. One other thing I do, I drill a little hole here in the carb base to run the kill wire up too. Sorry guys, I'm in work mode this moment. Not seeing comments. Medium length flanged bolt. Down in here. So now the carburetor box is going to be pretty solidly on here. Hang on, let me bring you guys back up. Sorry. Nope. Not that one. We still good here? Okay. Sorry, guys. I was not paying super duper attention. Okay. Now we have. Actually, I may leave this like that for the moment, so I can lift this up off there, because I need kill switch, kill wire. I guess I could do the kill switch and kill wire. Hang on. Oh, cool! I do have this snappy thing for underneath here. Yeah, these are OEM cases. We're preparing a 372 while listening. Okay, good. Half the time trucks are like demo. Yeah. I just put this snappy thing in. Click. Okay. Ooh, there's this rubber piece. Look at that. Looky at that. Just a little rubber grommet. That goes here for the choke. It's important. Like, if you're taking these things apart, it is important to save everything. Anything that can come off is so super important to save. Ripped a little bit, but that doesn't matter. That's 288, not 194. $394 choke rods are hard to come by. I'll just say that. I've got a bundle of them, but they are not easy to come by. I'm going to drill a hole here for this thing. The kill wire I'm going to put through here. Now, most people run the kill wire right through this area, but it gets smushed. Why do that? Doesn't make any sense. So there's actually a spot here that looks like there would be a knockout. So I'm just going to drill a hole in that. Now I just have to kind of move the hole sideways. Too easy to do. starter switch, which I think I have. Same as 288, so. Night, William. Yeah, you do that, James. See what happens. Okay, live in South Alabama. Skater machines, grab the tree, cut the ground level. No. No. Click. Click, and this should just go, boom, done. Okay, your starter switch is in. Need the ground attached though. Forget what screw they used for that. Nope. All this does is attaches the ground to the switch. OEM switch. Good. I think this needs the longer flange bolts. Just don't remember how long. Might be these. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. So the rear of the carb box is being attached. Hey, Matt doesn't post. Good point. Okay. Junkyard, how am I doing? for grommets. Not finding the one that I want. Go back out in the shed and see if I can find what I'm looking for. What's next? This is like a miscellaneous bag of Lord knows what. I think that's actually $3.72. Okay. I need a carburetor. I need an intake block, essentially. An intake block. I thought I had here. Guess I'm wrong on that. I had an intake block here. Beats me. I got more of those out in the shed, but not going over there right now. Oh well. Probably a fine spot to call it for the night. This whole project is not going to be done with quick, because I still have to order the other major stuff that goes on here, like a brand new top cover, brand new starter cover, that type of stuff. So this is not going to be done or popped anytime soon. It'll be at least a few weeks before I get all that stuff together. But I think it's pretty good progress on it for tonight. A little too nice and hot to not. Well, yeah, you know, this is probably a get together. So would be my guess. So, yeah. Yeah, 4x4. Send me an email. It's pretty clean. It's going to be a nice piece. You know, again, not all OEM, but man, there's a lot of stuff on here that's just really just right. You know. Still looking for one gravity type piece here. Don't know if I'll find it, but kind of nice if I did. Oh well. Weeks. Yeah, weeks. Sorry. Sucks. Believe me, I don't want to be sitting on this any longer than I have to. But I'll place the order one of these days. I'll get that order placed for all the goodies that go on top of this. I mean, it's really turning out really, really nice. The oiler's going to work good. Yeah, I don't know about that clutch drum, but whatever. What else? That's it. Got oh, right. Did you want the big spikes on here or the little ones? I think I have, I'm not sure, but I think I have both inner and outer big ones. I think I've only got, if you want little spikes, I've only got a small little spike for the inner. Is there a particular, did you really care, Junkyard, which one you wanted? I have inner and outer big dogs, but I don't have inner and outer little dogs. Hell, I can just put the big dogs on it and then send you the little dog if you want to put that on it. You know, you want to do that? Doesn't really matter to me. Got a brand new OEM coil here, brand new OEM filter, all kinds of goodies here. Gonna get this organized one of these days. So, yeah, everybody have a great night. Thanks so much for coming. I do appreciate it. This has been super fun. I'm going to go check on the family now and see what's going on with everybody else. And, yeah, time to get some rest. End of the week. And, yeah. The mod just posted it. Go back and look up. The mod just posted it. But get rid of the ampersands. You have a set of small ones later. Then let me put the big ones on, and you can run like that. Yeah, 4x4. The mods posted it. You got to look for Ken or James. They posted my email. Just get rid of the extra ampersands. So cool. Everybody have a great night. Thanks so much. Do appreciate it. Hang in there, everybody. Be safe. All that fun stuff. And if I find something interesting, I'll let you guys know. Take care, guys. Have a great one. Have a good weekend. Thanks, Ken and James. Bye.